I wanted to launch it in time for Webflow Conf.
Okay, check this out. Check this out. So we were supposed to launch today's Friday after Webflow Conf, right?
Yes.
So we were supposed to launch today.
Mm-hmm.
This is Monday before Nelson left for San Francisco, and I'm working on the site, planning. You know me, I'm a planner, so I'm planning it like what I'm gonna do every single day till Friday when we launch. And then he comes up to me about 12 p.m. on Monday, and he goes, "Hey, we need to launch tonight." Excuse me? We need to launch tonight. I'm going to San Francisco, so I really want to show show the website to my friends. And I had a moment where I wanted to
Kill me? Because I saw that in your eyes. And now we get into the meaty stuff. Meaty stuff. Keynote. I want your opinions. Here we go. You're laughing now.
Well, it's because I was half working. I was
Okay.
working and listening at the same time.
Yeah.
So, to be completely honest, I was only listening to half of the opening keynote. So, don't get mad at me.
No, let's go through each thing. So, overall, the keynote. What did you think about Vlad's performance? What did you think about everyone else?
I thought everyone did really well. I liked the demo. I was kind of giggling because Vlad kept going back and forth between the desks and standing up, and part of me was just like, is he tired? The demos went flawlessly. You know how usually when people do keynotes and they try to do a demo, there's always a bug. So I
Yeah.
thought that was very cool. But the thing, like I said, I was half listening, half working. But the thing that made me stop was Emily.
Yes.
I was listening and I literally just stopped and watched and listened to her, and I got kind of listening to her speak. Did she write her own portion of the keynote?
I asked her if it was ChatGPT, and she's like, "Nope, that is all me."
Yeah, so I think that's why I literally stopped, because it really truly sounded like her, and it was super authentic, super sincere, and it was just so well done, and you could tell she was into it, you know?
Yeah.
Did you ask her if she was nervous?
Oh no, I didn't ask her if she was nervous. I just congratulated her.
She did really well.
I told her I got emotional and that you got emotional, and she even had her one more thing moment, you know.
Yeah.
And here's aspect ratio. But did you hear the woo girls in the?
No.
Because that was me. I was like wooing so loud. I was so into it.
No, I didn't hear any woo girls. But it was pretty cool being on chat, and when they had announced the rebrand, the chat just went crazy online, and it was cool seeing how fast it was moving, and everyone was super excited.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the rebrand, you know, and I was very impressed with how seamless and coordinated and strategic that launch was, because it was not a rollout launch like some companies do.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally timed. Like, after Vlad reveals the rebrand,
Yep.
everything's gonna change.
Yep.
And then next thing you know it, you go on Webflow, the workspace is up.
Yep.
You go on the dashboard, it's completely changed, and the new brand is already up. You know, the Twitter, the social media, like, just because I've been involved in rebrands and the logistics part, and God, it must have been hard and all that planning.
Yeah, can you imagine all the engineers in one Zoom call, and it's like, okay, go, launch this, go. It's like
Right.
all these physical buttons or something in a in a room, and you're like, you go.
And then you have to coordinate with marketing.
Yeah.
And then you got to coordinate with the event planners who have to reveal the new logo. I saw on Twitter that after everyone came out, the new logo was all over the place.
Yeah. Like they didn't have the old logo on the lanyards or the conference badges.
Yeah.
It was on purpose. People didn't notice it or realize it until the new logo came out, and people are like, oh, that's why. You know, they were hiding it.
You had to give it to the team, for everyone that was involved in that, because, you know, it was very, very impressive, and it was just cool to see.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Kudos to the Webflow team on doing that.
Yeah. It is not an easy thing. Not an easy thing.
And you could, there's so many ways you can make a W, right, for a logo. And
Yeah.
they did really something that was super unique. And I'm sure there was a lot of buy-in from so many people when it came to that logo, So it was just very, very cool. I don't know, it just felt nice. And then the designer, speaking about the designer, that one was very nice. And I think I had put on Twitter when I saw it yesterday after the keynote, I said, "Oh, this is like a brand new car. It's almost familiar. It's brand new, but then it's like a new toy. So you're like clicking around. You're like, ooh, what's that? I've never seen that before." So it was neat to see that, and I can't wait. I haven't had a chance to really dig in, but it just feels nice. And isn't that what UX is about?
Yeah. You want people to feel like, okay, this is fun.
Right. But my only thing is, and I said this on Twitter, is that it looks so similar to Figma that now I'll have to double check if I'm in Webflow or Figma now. And I kind of already had that problem a little bit because, when you're working, you go on autopilot.
Yeah.
And so now I have to be really aware of where I'm at.
Yeah. I can imagine a lot of people using Figma hotkeys inside of
Yes.
Webflow and vice versa
Yeah.
and going, why isn't this work? Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah. And, we have to, it's like with me, I do Illustrator and Figma. So I'm on Figma and I'm doing an Illustrator shortcut and I'm like, why is it not working? And I'm getting pissed. And then I realize, oh, I'm in the wrong app. So that one will be an adjustment as well. I'm curious to see how people's workflow and efficiency rate will go up or down with this new UX.
Yeah.
And how long it's going to take to relearn something. It's like when you upgrade your operating system,
Yeah.
whether it's on your computer or on your phone, there's kind of a learning curve. But
Yeah.
kudos to that team for doing that, because that must have been super duper hard. And just thinking about that and plus the rebrand, that must have been stressful.
Yeah.
The amount of pressure that everyone was put on.
Yeah.
And they did it really well.
Yep. So, yeah, kudos to the team. And the next thing I wanted to talk about, variables. I am so excited about variables, but when I talked to you about it a little bit over the week, you're like, I don't get it.
It's because I wasn't really paying attention while I was working. So, yes, please explain it to me.
Okay. So, do you like design systems?
I do.
Do you like organization?
Absolutely.
Do you like if you were to click one thing to change a color across the whole?
Oh, I love that.
Then there you go. You're using a variable for your primary color, and it's different from like a global swatch, but it's more of this color is our main brand color. Here's our accent color. Here's our secondary, etc., etc.
So you don't have to necessarily build out a style guide for your site manually now. It's integrated.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Basically, you're building this
Systems.
the system, not really a system, the style guide inside of a settings panel called variables. And so, if you want to set colors, but the thing that got me more excited was it's not only colors, but it's also font sizes and border radiuses.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if they have drop shadows or something too, but maybe you can add it in as a variable. I haven't played with the new Webflow yet. But
I know that they are going to build on top of that. That's what I heard. They were going to expand upon it as they move forward.
Of course.
So I'm interested, but yeah, I also want to play inside the designer.
Yeah. Variables is going to be fun for new projects, and then more fun for existing projects that, like, I'll be honest, I've used 5 combo classes for one element doing something like variables, and now I get to clean it up.
So are you going to go back in all your projects and clean everything?
Yep. And just to start playing with it, I'm going to clean up that one couple and use variables.
That.
Don't look at our classes.
I was looking at it the other day while you were gone, and I saw it, and then I just closed it.
Don't be mad. I wanted to launch it in time for Webflow Conf.
Okay, check this out. Check this out. So we were supposed to launch. Today's Friday after Webflow Conf, right?
Yes.
So we were supposed to launch today.
Mm-hmm.
This is Monday before Nelson left for San Francisco, and I'm working on the site, planning. Me, I'm a planner, so I'm planning it like what I'm gonna do every single day till Friday when we launch. And then he comes up to me about 12 p.m. on Monday, and he goes, "Hey, we need a lunch tonight." Excuse me? We need a lunch tonight. I'm going to San Francisco, so I really want to show show the website to my friends. And I had a moment where I wanted to
Kill me? Because I saw that in your eyes.
Yes. I knew why he wanted to lunch that night, so he could announce it. We could announce it in the morning. And so I just had a moment of crisis. I wanted to kill you for a second, and then I said, okay, and I got back to work. And yeah, I haven't moved that fast in probably a couple months, but we did it.
We did it.
There's, of course, with every type of project you launch, there's always things that you want to improve on or you catch after the fact. And it was more when I would catch it, I'm like, we'll fix it later. Keep moving. So there's still a little bit of refinement on our site, but overall, I'm very happy with it.
Yeah. And I thank you for helping me launch it because, because whenever people ask, oh, so do you still work with Webflow? Or what are you doing now?
Yeah.
I tell them, oh yeah, I'm done at Webflow. That's it. And they're like, oh, what are you doing now? Oh, glad you asked. And so that's the segue to me pulling out my phone and showing off our website. And they're like, oh wow, cool. And then I give them the story about our name, and they get a chuckle because like, oh, that's a funny name. I like it. So I do my whole spiel of like, yeah, it just rolls off the tongue. Anyways, I got it ready for those conversations, and it worked. So thank you.
I figured. Sorry, I'm drinking coffee right now.
It's okay. So we have the rebrand, the UI, variables. What do you think about components?
I thought that was very cool.
Yeah.
The fact that it's more flexible.
Yes.
Because when we were doing our site, I remember we hand it off to each other back and forth.
Yeah.
And so when I would mess with something and then you would go back in, you would say, "Hey Jess, you fucked up my component." And I'm like, shit. So then we have to go back and fix it. And then, you have to do the whole, unlink and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
This one, when I saw that demo, when Vlad was doing it, I'm like, oh, I see the benefits of this. Is way more flexible, less breaking, less frustrations.
Yes.
So it's really about setting it up for success, right? Which is what web design is anyways. So I thought that was very cool.
And that's going towards design systems.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting closer and closer. And then Spline.
I have never played with Spline, and
Same.
I want to.
Same.
And I've been seeing people on Twitter who have never played with it either, and they're making these really cool, simple things. So I'm excited, and I want to find time to actually play with it.
Are you going to go back to your high school days where you start with a
Flash?
bouncing ball?
Oh, yeah, like when it was like Flash days. Well, we are kind of going back into Flash days, let's be real.
Yeah. So is that going to be your first experiment, a bouncing ball? You should do it.
So Nelson's mentioning this because in high school I had a Flash class, and one of the final project was to make a 2-minute animation using Flash.
2 minutes.
And that took me like 2 weeks. And it was literally a bouncing ball that bounced across the screen using motion tween. Yeah, I said it. At the time I didn't understand shape tween, so I just did motion tween. So the ball is bouncing around, and someone kicks the ball, and it goes straight up into into space. And then a UFO zips by, and the X-Files theme song starts playing. Because I was a huge X-Filer.
Still are.
Yeah. And, let's not get into that because that could be a whole episode. But the UFO zips by, and then the music plays, and then the ball falls back to Earth, and it turns into almost like an asteroid, a fireball, and then it eventually hits the character, a person on the head, and then they collapse, and that's the end of it. A plus. But it took me like 2 weeks, and I was working through lunches and afternoons.
So
in the
you were
computer
into
lab.
it.
Fuck yeah, I was into it. And then a couple years later, Flash died.
You should have saved that file. You should have. I would love to see your first animation work.
It's reminiscent of what's that one? I'm tired.
Oh, End of the World.
Yes, but that one has more style. This one was like basic shapes,
Yeah.
but it had that essence for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to play with Sprine.
Spline.
Spline. I want to play with Spline.
The end.
The end. All right. And yeah, so that's the keynote. I had fun watching it. I was that woo girl.
I had fun watching it online and then
Yeah.
seeing everyone's reaction from around the world. Like
Yeah.
that was really cool.
How many people were watching?
I couldn't see it because I was watching. I didn't see any of the you know how they show you how many people are on.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Okay. I like how you say, you know how they show. I didn't see.
Well,
So
you know
did-
when you're watching it on YouTube,
Yeah.
then it shows you how many people are viewing it.
Yeah.
I was watching it through the website, so
Oh, okay. So, okay. Because you registered.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand that registering part, but moving on
It's
to
just data measuring.
yeah.
That's what it is, and data collecting. That's it.
Moving on to Joe Moore's talk. He's the only side stage talk I went to,
Same.
and that man is hilarious.
Yes, he's very funny.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the self-proclaimed daddy of Webflow?
Yes.
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 Especially after he came out with that course and his butt, and he showed it again in his talk.
Wonderful.
It's not his butt, apparently. It's someone else's butt.
It's probably his.
A
but
body double. Someone enhance. See if there's a Webflow tattoo on there.
he didn't get a Webflow tattoo on his butt. Got it on his thigh.
I thought that was funny that. Well, before we talk about the tattoo, I thought his talk was very inspiring, especially where you and me are at right now with what we're trying to do and create and with our family. And he talks about taking a chance.
Yeah.
You may be afraid, but you never know where it's going to lead. And I really thought that was impactful, especially for me. And it just gave me a little bit of motivation, you know, that if you take a chance with something, yeah, you're scared, but you don't know where it's going to lead to. So sometimes you just have to say yes and see where it takes you. If you fail, then at least you learn something. And if it ends up going somewhere, then kudos, hurrah, you know. But I thought that was very cool. But yeah, it was funny how last year at the Webflow conference, a bunch of them, and Emily was part of it. They all got a Webflow tattoo, which I thought was funny. And then online, everyone said, well, I guess he needs to get another tattoo.
Yep.
Is that why there's temporary tattoos that they were giving out at the conference?
Yep. I still have mine on right now. Yeah. I need a shower. But yeah, it was a great talk. He called me out. It was funny.
I heard you wooing on that one.
Yes.
I even texted you. I said, I could hear you. So loud. Were you in the front?
Yeah, I was second row. Emily,
By the microphone? Fuck.
me and Austin were in the second row. Emily and Yada were in the first row. So yeah, it was really, really good talk. Touched me in the feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, speed build.
Mm-hmm.
It was bittersweet. It was fun. And
What was going through your mind before when you were prepping or when you were getting mic'd up and all that good stuff?
What was going through my mind was round up the challengers and the judges. So I DM them on Slack. And so that's going through my mind like, okay, get everyone here. And then the production team's like, hey, we're missing William and Johnny. I'm like, oh no. So I'm racing around everywhere going,
Thank God that venue is small.
yeah. I'm like, okay, where's William? Where's Johnny? Where's William? Where's Johnny? Because they're not responding to my DMs on Slack. But thankfully, everyone got there. Everyone was waiting backstage on time. 5 minutes to go. I'm taking deep breaths while I'm waiting in the wing, and they announced my name, and it was showtime. And you saw Pixel Geek come out and do maybe the last speed build challenge. I don't know, but it was bittersweet. And Carlos, he came prepared.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
He had a Figma file with over 150 frames for every prompt.
Did he like set up all the assets too?
Yes.
Wow.
He AI generated them all.
Wow. Every single variable.
That's why he was ready.
I know, because when he pulled out that Han Solo fire out of nowhere,
What was your thought?
I blinked and I was like, where did that come from?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, but what was really cool is, was it Riziki?
Yeah.
When he was standing next to you and you introduced him, I said, "Oh, we got a competitor for the shirt game."
Oh, yeah. I was actually a little jealous of his shirt.
It was a very nice shirt.
Yeah.
I was like, "Ooh, Riziki is winning on this one."
Okay. Give him that. He builds fast and he wears great shirts.
Swag.
Denmark swag.
Yeah, totes. But I thought that was really cool. I thought all the competitors did really well, and I was also getting nervous. And I don't know where the time goes. Like, I'm watching it, right?
Okay.
And then you look at the clock, and you're like, oh crap, there's only like 5 minutes left. And
Yeah.
then it's like it gets into a nail biter, especially when folks aren't like, they're gonna finish on time. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of like they haven't figured out, but they just need to put it down.
Yeah.
And it's just I thought it was a nail biter, and I thought that it was really funny with the gym
Yeah.
prompt. And I like how
Carmia?
yeah, she's just like, oh, I like that one. I get it. Talk about a focal point, right?
Focal point.
Mhm. Visual hierarchy.
I think the that subject was
And Kia
over.
knew what was up. She knew what she was doing. Mm-hmm. Purposeful right there. Mm-hmm.
All right. So you were impressed by Ankita's project too.
I was.
All right. But yeah.
The prompts were hard, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I even put it on the chat. When it got to mobile UI
Mm-hmm.
app,
Mm-hmm.
I put in the chat, who made these prompts?
I did.
Horrendous.
Yes.
Horrendous.
I feel so the first year I felt bad. The second year, so the first year Elsa won, but I felt bad about the prompts. The second year, I didn't feel bad about the prompts. I felt bad about the last minute client request.
I thought that was genius, though. But they did so well
Yes.
last year.
And then this year, I don't feel bad.
That one was hard, though.
Yeah.
I think because I was even thinking, oh, God, well, app that can go anywhere. Like you can and they did.
Yeah.
Some people did like a rectangle,
Mm-hmm.
and then others did a mobile site, and
Mhm.
it's like, which way do you want to go?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys were the judges and you were talking about it too during the stream
Yeah.
of everyone's process is totally different, and I love that. I love
Yeah.
that there's with design in general, web design, all that good stuff. There's no right or wrong way of doing things, right? Everyone has their own personal preference, and as long as the outcome is exactly what the prompt is or the client request is,
Yeah.
you did your job,
Yeah.
right? And then if the client's happy and it's on time, you did your job.
Exactly.
So I think I love that aspect of the speed build challenge, because I feel like sometimes people are so stuck in their ways of like, this is how you need to do it. And you're like, no, like you could learn that way and you could pick and choose what you learn from that, what you like about that certain process, and then make your own process, right?
Mhm.
And even I think Johnny had said it where he was, I forgot who he was looking at, but he had said, oh, I would never have thought to do it that way. That actually makes sense, you know? So
Yeah.
you're also, even though it is 15 minutes and people are moving quickly and that's not their typical way of doing things, but seeing how they're building stuff out from a higher point of view
Mhm.
is very, very cool.
Yeah.
And the results are different, which is even more fun to see, you
Yeah.
know? Like, I think you, Nelson, as a designer, I think you would start at like the framing part
Yeah.
and then put in the elements.
Yep. I
And
would be doing the logical thing
Right.
first, functions, interactions,
Right.
and then I would add the aesthetics
Yes.
last.
And then I'm like Carlos, where you add the esthetics and then you put in the logic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's no wrong way.
Right. As long as the outcome is what it needs to be, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. And then seeing them use the different tools like ChatGPT, Bard, and then just different tools. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I never thought of thinking of using that tool, you know?
And I
So-
really wished, as far as tools go, I was really hoping for Shreyas to use the Unsplash app. He was trying to find
Yeah.
stock images and
Yeah.
download them. And when you download a stock image, it's huge.
ginormous.
It's 5 megs.
And then you have to resize it.
yeah, and Webflow doesn't allow you to upload anything over 4.
I was yelling, I was like mentally yelling about, I was like, come on, you got that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and the funny part is when Carlos came out in the final round, and he comes out with a Karate Kid headband, and I love how some people online didn't get the reference, and I thought, oh my god,
You're old.
I'm old now. And I thought it was so cool that he brought out, especially because it was the final like fight.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to do the pose, man. The pose, and then go live or die, man. But I don't know if that would be appropriate for Webflow Conf.
Yeah.
Wrong answer. You should have done that. You should have done that. You should have asked him a question and go wrong answer, and then you should have squeezed his nose. Honk.
No.
Wouldn't that be funny? No, only a few people would get that reference, though,
yeah.
which I think would be even more amazing. Because then, can you imagine people be like, "Why didn't Nelson squeeze Carlos's nose and say honk?" You know?
Yeah, but how was chat during the whole thing? Because I can't see chat.
Carlos had so many fans on chat.
Ooh.
It was so cool seeing it.
So when he won, what was the chat like?
No, like the whole time, like even before he even started competing in the semifinals, they're like, Carlos.
Like Columbia flag emojis everywhere?
Absolutely.
They came to represent.
I loved it. It was very cool.
Dude, this is our esport right here.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought but my only thing
Okay.
is I wish their browser windows were so small and they had a big screen.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're watching it online, the browser was so small.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
So I wish that they just took up their whole space.
So Ankita, before we went on air, she was asking, do I have to full screen Webflow? Because I don't usually do that. Because she doesn't have a big screen at home.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all new to her.
Yeah.
So to be fair, I said no.
Yeah.
You know,
That makes sense.
and plus the UI is now more smaller.
Right. And that is true. And then if they do widescreen and then they want to show a website, then it's going to like probably break faster, right? Because you're so used, like Ankita said, she's so used to working on a smaller screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So that's why. But man, it was fun. And congratulations to Carlos.
Totally. I thought that it was a good one. That whole thing, the semi and the finals were really good. I did get emotional when you broke on stage.
I held it together.
You did really well, and you recovered really fast.
Yeah.
But when you choked up, that's when I started getting teary-eyed.
Yeah, because there's a teleprompter. There's 3 teleprompters.
Uh-huh.
And so I was staring at the center one, and I said my last line. I said, thanks. And after I said thanks, that's when I choked up, because I knew the next line under thanks.
Oh, that's all you saw was thanks?
No, I read thanks, and then the line under that is my tagline.
Yeah.
And I knew it because, I memorized the script, and that's my tagline. I memorized that. So I said, thanks. And I'm like, in my head, I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the end of my Webflow career, officially. And so that happened in a split second. I was like, no, go through it. And I was like, make the web beautiful together. And before I leave, let's bring up Matt. So
Yeah.
it was that was the end of my project, but then I still had to do a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Which kudos to you for recovering after that.
Yeah, I can't be crying in front of Max.
Hey, I don't know. Talk about vulnerability. It's okay.
Like, can you imagine? Like, Max, how did you feel? God.
Hey, it's like, you won when people win the Super Bowl and they're bawling their eyes out after the interview. But I just remember you choked and then you turned around and you went, and then I know that's the sound you make when you don't want to cry.
Mm.
And then that's when I started tearing up, and then you recovered, and it was good. I think you did really well. And then you did a really good interview with Max. So good job, Nelson. I'm proud of you, dude.
Thank you. In that whole transition with Max, I'm like, don't bump into the stagehands. Don't bump into the stagehands. That's all I'm thinking. And I'm like, are they done? How far do I drag this on? Did it feel like it was dragged?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
And even kudos to the director from production company. What's it called?
Trademark.
Because I was like, oh, the stagehands kind of in front of Nelson. And so I could tell that the director...
Wait, they were in front? I thought they were always behind.
Because they were shooting, there's how many cameras?
Oh,
there was one camera from the side of you. Okay. It was you with your side to the camera, but then it's Max's face.
Yeah.
And then I'm like... and they're staying on the shot. I was like, the director's probably staying on the shot because you don't want to see the madness happening.
Yeah, there's madness happening behind us. They're like unplugging stuff, putting things on wheels,
clanking.
And then
Squeaky.
Like so close to me that I felt like I was like my personal space. I was like, oh my god, don't.
And it's a small stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but got through it, and that was it. And it was just a lot of networking and a lot of meeting people after that.
And I had told you before you left on Monday, I said, when you're on stage, Nelson, I want you to enjoy it.
I'm getting emotional.
I want you to enjoy it.
I did.
And you did.
I did.
So you did what you had to do. And you did really well. So end of an era for Nelson and a beginning and a new one for...
that one couple.
Yeah.
Oh, emotional.
You're just tired.
I am. All right. Second to the last thing. After party.
After the party is the hotel lobby.
I don't know that song.
Come on. Even Josh knew it when I was saying it on FaceTime.
No, I don't know.
Josh, you know what's up. You're my homie.
So, it was at the Emporium, and it's an arcade and a bar, and...
They have DDR?
Girl... It had DDR.
Wait. Like the old school DDR or the new?
The first ever Butterfly.
So did you like put your quarter on the side and be like, I'm next.
It's all free. Girl. Oh my God.
So who'd you do it with?
I forgot who I played with first.
I
don't
like,
care.
Check this out. You're like, I saw the DDR machine. I blacked out. You know?
All I saw was Butterfly, and then Dynamite Rave.
Nah, dude, that's sick. It was the first DDR because you can't have an arcade bar, whatever place, without a fucking DDR machine, y'all.
If an arcade or bar has a DDR machine and it works, thank you, engineers. Thank you, engineers, for maintaining those pads. The amount of beating those pads take.
Because we've been to arcades where the DDR machine, the arrows don't work. We've been there.
Yeah, or it's like cracked and stuff.
Right.
Because people be hitting them hard.
But was there... Dude, that's dope that you did it. I'm glad you were able to.
Yeah.
Did you have a whole group like surrounding you?
I think I had people watching me, but I didn't care. I was having fun. Actually, when I was playing Dynamite Rave, so I played 3 songs.
Okay.
I played Butterfly, Candy, obviously, and then Dynamite Rave.
Yep.
Anything after that, the old other songs that I used to play as a kid, I can't hang anymore.
What's the fast one? Afro Nova?
Afro Nova? Oh, God. Jeez.
Okay, so wait. So you played 3 songs, and what happened? Sorry.
And so I think it was Dynamite Rave. I heard people behind me like, oh my God, Nelson, damn, you're killing it. And I wasn't really paying attention to them. I was like, I'm just having fun. I'm just having
sweaty.
fun. I didn't even turn back to look at them. But yeah, oh my God, I was sweaty.
Did you lean on the bar?
No.
Oh.
I did not hold the bar.
Professional.
Exactly.
Wow.
You hold that bar, you're
shamed.
Shamed, shunned.
Judged.
Exact.
This dude leaning on the bar.
Noob.
Lazy.
That's what we thought in high school.
Totally.
Or for you, middle school.
No. I was in high school, yo.
Okay.
I was in high school.
Okay, so we're 4 years apart.
Mhm.
So, but anyways,
That's dope.
it was fun. It was super fun and a lot of great talks with people, but it got loud towards the end of the night and was losing my voice, but gave a lot of hugs, and I was just by 10 o'clock, I was like, okay, I'm done. I got to go back.
Mhm.
I want to go home see my kid. I'm done. Oh, and you.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. But that's it. That's the gist of Webflow Conf.
Yeah. Are you going to be back next year?
So, did you read that on the notes?
No.
Okay, so that's the last topic, and I'm going to ask you right now. Will you
you're trying
Yep.
to make. I'm looking at the note right now.
Yeah. Wait, no.
Seriously?
Let me say it. Next year, let's bring this full circle. We saw Anton and Irene on stage. They had a lot to give to the community. I was inspired. I think you were inspired. And let's bring this full circle. Let's get on the Webflow Conf stage next year.
You tricked me. You're gonna put me on the spot and make me accountable, and then I have to say yes or no. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
I love you.
More, but
Let's do this.
as long as we don't copy Jonathan and put like a picture of a butt,
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
Okay, I'll take that off the notes.
You're like, I already made a presentation outline. I am deleting it right now
No.
off that bullets.
Awesome. So putting it out there, Webflow Conf 2024. Oh, 24. That's your
number.
That's my number.
Mhm.
So there you go. 2024.
When I get nervous, I want to throw up now.
That one
I feel like I want to
couple
vomit.
will be on stage just for 15 minutes. It's
It's
just a
15.
It's a speed build round. Just 15
It's a 30
minutes.
minute talk. It's like
No,
30
it's only 15.
It's a 15-minute talk?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, there you go.
Still want to vomit.
All right. Let's end it here. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you got to see your homies
Thank you.
and nerd out. I went for this is the 4th year.
Hmm.
I've been to 2 of them, and they're so much fun.
Yeah.
So I would like to, for sure, regardless if we talk or not, I would like to go because they're just fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I like seeing everybody, especially in real life. And then I like that people, like I'm the silent one, right? Like I don't really talk on social that much. I'm
Mhm.
starting to,
Okay.
but I like when people see me and they're like, "Who's this person?"
Yeah. Who's this person in the background?
Right,
And the
like-
next thing you know, Vlad's like, "Hey, Jessica."
I'm still shocked. He still remembers my name, by the way. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's really fun to be in that room full of nerds. And oh, I forgot to ask you before we
Okay.
end.
Okay.
Did they have like a introvert like relaxation room like they've had?
No.
They didn't.
No. And it was more chill though because there was less people.
That makes sense.
So I was my social battery or social anxiety just kept up. Was low
That's
because
cool.
there was space.
That was cool.
So yeah.
It's funny though because when I've gone the 2 years, that introvert room has always been crowded.
So it's opposite.
And so then everyone kind of freaks out and then they leave. And then it gets empty again and then everyone goes back in and it gets crowded. So it's the funniest thing because, developers and designers were innately introverted. So for me, yeah. Can't wait. I can't wait to see what Webflow does. I can't wait to play with the tools.
Whole new decade.
It's a whole new era for them too, right? So kudos to them. Good job, Webflow.
Good job.
Good job,
All right.
Nelson.
Oh, thanks,
Are you
babe.
gonna cry again?
No,
Okay.
I'm already emotional,
Okay.
but I'm tired.
Okay.
I'm hungry. I want to have lunch.
Well, after you have lunch, can you wash the dishes? Because I didn't do anything.
Okay. Thanks for taking care of Nova.
No problem.
All right. Thank you all so much for listening to this special episode of That One Couples podcast. Yeah. Take care, everyone.
See you next time.
Bye. That One Couples podcast is a Pixel Geek LLC production and is hosted by Jessica Cruz-Abalos and Nelson Abalos Jr. Edited by me, Nelson Abalos Jr. Please rate and subscribe to our show wherever you get your podcasts. And as always, thanks for making the web beautiful together.